Hello, everybody. Welcome along. Welcome. I promised Marcus that I'd do this intro. So, insert news music here. Good evening, paedophiles. I hope Marcus got some sick enjoyment out of that. How is everyone? Hope you're all well. We'll give it a couple of minutes, let people join the stream. Yeah. How are we all? Hope you're all okay. There we go. Hope all is well. There aren't many external talking points this week other than the Rossini out rumour that came from the Sun and then was rubbished almost immediately. So it's clear as day that Arjun and Tan have got their man in Liam. That's so clear. So, yeah. We needn't worry. Jeff, good evening. Yeah, it was a good day out at the training session. Really good day out. I didn't take that shirt, though, because I want to get that done against Millwall, so I can have a picture of me and Ozan holding the shirt like this together. And then I can have that framed and put in. Yeah, lovely stuff. And a City Ladies game at Ferriby on Sunday. Interesting. I'm going to my grandma's, sadly, so I can't make it. But if I wasn't going to my grandma's, I'd potentially look at getting down. Evening, Joe. Quick question. Why is everyone acting like Alayat isn't a striker anymore? Good evening, Ashley. Hope you're well, mate. It's a fantastic question, but one I don't know the answer to. Probably because Burnsy asked him this specific question when Alayar did the media stuff after the Reading game. And Burnsy asked him, are you a winger or are you a striker? And he said a winger. That's probably why. So, but the thing is, we're not playing to his strengths. His strengths were clear as day against Wigan, putting the ball in behind for him to run onto, because he's not getting beaten in a foot race by any fullback in this league. So that's the clear thing. That's his clear strength. Run onto it, and his work rate is unbelievable. But we're not playing to that strength enough when we get it down his side. It's too much. It's too often to feet, and that's not where he needs it. But yeah, that's a long answer to your question. We'll move on swiftly then to team news, where Demetrios Pelkas is fully recovered from his food poisoning, which kept him out of the 0-0 draw with Rotherham. Oscar Estupinian, however, remains absent because the swelling on his ankle has not yet gone down. Aaron Connolly could return versus Millwall on Monday, and Cyrus Christie, knee, Benjamin Tete, hamstring, Nathan Baxter, ankle and unregistered, and Vaughan Colville with a knee problem all remain absent. Vaughan Colville's getting closer, though. Vaughan is getting ever closer. I spoke to him again the other day at the open training session. He said he's getting there. He's edging closer day by day. And Cyrus Christie said he's getting better as well, which is always a good thing. Yeah, interesting. Still don't know why someone's called for 2 fan up front over him. Yeah. Weird that. If anything, I'd want to play Traore. If we're going down the false 9 route, I'd want to play Traore or Pelkas as the false 9 and effectively the number 10 role, because they are number 10s. Tufan, for most of his career, has been a number 8 or a number 6, not a number 10. He's been a creative player, but he's been a deep lying playmaker. He's not been right at the forefront of everything as a number 10. So I don't get why people are pushing that narrative now. Yeah, weird. On to Ref Watch then. The referee, you'll be pleased to know, is someone I believe with Premier League experience. Keith Stroud is the referee. Sam Lewis and Matthew Smith are the two linesmen. The fourth official is Ross Joyce. We'll move on to stats taken from the Rotherham game, and I need to show you three to tell the story. 68% possession, 14 shots, 1 on target. We had all of the ball, all of the attempts on goal, but we just lack that ruthlessness so much. And Rossini said it himself, 85% of our play is outstanding. Passing it out from the back is working so well. I don't get why people don't like it. Yes, there's still times where we do get caught a little bit short, but since Rossini's come in, we've made 2 errors leading to goals off the top of my head by passing out from the back. And we've only lost 5 games. I don't get why there seems to be such a big problem, typically from the older fans, against it. Honestly, you'd think the way some fans drone on that Sam Allardyce plays better football. With the way those fans would do it, it'd be Tony Pulis, Sam Allardyce football, launch it long, and just hope. We'd get exactly the same results as we are now, if not worse, and it would do us no benefit in the long run. But Rossini, the players are getting in tune with this system now. They're getting there. Stick by it. Trust it. Come on. Quickly, I will add to team news that Tobias Figueiredo and Ryan Woods didn't train the other day. Spoke to Toby because he came for the signing. Ryan Woods didn't when I was there. Toby said just a little injury. I said, is it anything major? He said, no, not really. So that'll be why Rossini didn't mention it. And Woodsy, I don't know whether it was just a different schedule for him on that day. Don't know. Anyway, let's move on to head-to-head battles then. Let's have a look. So, Anthony Patterson in goal for Sunderland. Very, very good, talented young goalkeeper. At the back in their last game, it was Trey Hume, Luke O'Nien, Danny Batt, and Lyndon Gooch. Holding midfield 2 of Dan Neil and Pierre Equa. And then they had Roberts and Jack Clark on the wings with Alex Pritchard behind Joe Gelhardt there. No Amad Diallo, I think he's done for the season. And not sure about what's happening with Ross Stewart either. But I don't think he was on the bench. So could this be a potential way in? On to current form, then we'll look at Sunderland's first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-1 defeat to Stoke. Then they beat Norwich, lost to Sheffield United, drew with Luton, and drew 0-0 with Burnley. So a real mixed bag. Losing to Stoke, but Stoke are on a really good run at the minute. Sheffield United losing fair, but beating Norwich and getting a point off Luton, 2 good results, and then getting a point off Burnley is very hard to do. So that's a very, very well-earned point for Sunderland there. And then the remaining games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left. It's coming close, isn't it? And for us, 1, 2, 5 there. So we have 1 win, 1 defeat, and 3 draws. The win was to against West Brom. The defeat was against Burnley, and then 1-1 draws against Coventry and Reading, and then a 0-0 draw against Rotherham. Let's move on to the table then. We're rattling through this today, aren't we? My God. There's a distinct lack of chat activity. Come on. Just put some controversial takes in there. Burnley gone clear. They are, wow. Incredible. Not too long until they win this league now. Not too long at all. And this gap between Borough and Sheffield United has widened again to 6. It's looking more unlikely for Middlesbrough now. Luton have closed right in on Middlesbrough, actually. That defeat for Middlesbrough has done them a lot of harm. Millwall are next opponents after Sunderland. Very, very tough game there. Millwall pushing for the Premier League. Wow. As for Sunderland, they are 6 points ahead of us. They're in 12th. We've slipped down to 17th, which is a shame when you consider we've just been floating around here quite consistently, but dropping down to 17th is a bit alarming. But, give Rossini a transfer window, and I think we'll be pushing up here. As for the relegation fight, Huddersfield look to be clawing their way out of it. As for the team that's most likely to get sucked in, it's QPR, isn't it? It's got to be QPR. Although Cardiff could be without Callum Robinson for the remainder of the season. And 1 win in their last 5 doesn't bode well, although they have got that game in hand on Huddersfield and on Reading, who have now had their points deducted. They're right in the thick of it again now. And Wigan have paid their players early this month, which is a nice gesture, but it doesn't mean they'll get their 3 points back, does it? Yeah. Very tight as ever in the Championship. Around the grounds on Championship Matchday 40. Did I put 41 in the title? No, I didn't. I put 40. Lovely. So the early kickoff. Well, 2 early kickoffs. The first of those early kickoffs is Millwall versus Luton at 12:30. Then Rotherham versus West Brom at 1 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock kickoffs are Blackpool versus Cardiff City, Blackburn versus Norwich City, QPR versus Preston, Reading versus Birmingham, Sheffield United versus Wigan, Stoke versus Bristol City, Coventry, I've read that the wrong way, Swansea City versus Coventry City, and Watford versus Huddersfield Town. The sort of in-between normal and late kickoff game at 5:30 is us, Hull City versus Sunderland. And then the late kickoff at 8 o'clock is Middlesbrough versus Burnley. At least all the games were on Friday, not like the Premier League did it around Boxing Day where they stuck games all over the place. That was weird. I didn't like that at all. For me, every single game that's scheduled on Boxing Day should always be played on Boxing Day. Simple as that. Memorable match. We're going back to Boxing Day, speaking of which, in 2014, where we beat Sunderland 3-1 at their place. A certain man who must not be named, but you all can read the name and you all know what he's done. Scored in the first minute to give Sunderland the lead. Gaston Ramirez, about half an hour later, levelled matters. Then after the interval, James Chester and Nikita Jelavic turned the game in Hull City's favour and brought home the 3 points. Our team that day was Alan McGregor in goal, a back 3 of James Chester, Alex Bruce and Curtis Davis. It was then a midfield 5 of Rossini and El Mohammadi wide, I believe. Then Myler. Oh no! What bloody formation was this? So it would have been Rossini, now manager at right back, 2 centre back, or Rossini at left back, something like that. Davis, Bruce, 2 centre halves, Chester on the other full back. El Mohammadi, Myler, Quinn, and Brady the midfield four with Ramirez as the number 10 behind Sonny and Luko. The bench, Eldin Jakupovic, the goalkeeper, Mino Figueroa, Abel Hernandez, Harry Maguire, Nikita Jelavic, Yannick Sagbo, and Tom Ince with Steve Bruce in charge. God, that's hard to follow. And then last time out against Sunderland, 1-1 draw, Embleton sent off. Ross Stewart gave them the lead with a bit of poor McLaughlin Christie link-up and a bit of shocking Ingram goalkeeping, which he got a lot of, I think, unfair stick for, though he probably should have done better with it. Yeah, interesting that. And then Ozan Tufan levelled it off the bench. Our team that day was Ingram in goal, back four of Louis Coyle, the captain, at right back, two centre-backs, Cyrus Christie and Sean McLaughlin, at left-back, Jacob Greaves. Two holding midfielders, Ryan Woods and Jean-Michel Seri, with Regan Slater slightly more advanced. Tyler Smith and Ryan Longman were the wingers, with Oscar Estupinian leading the line. The bench was Timothy Lotta-Tyler, the goalkeeper, Callum Elder, Tobias Figueiredo, Ozan Tufan, Greg Doherty, Durkan Sinek, and Harvey Vale. Lotta-Tyler, by the way, now out on loan. Yeah, good move for him. Very, very, very good move for him indeed. Hi, CS Vehicles Repairs. Hope you're doing well, pal. You see me every Hull City game. Nice, yeah. Tell me whereabouts you sit. Or name or something. Then I'll be able to put a face to the channel. Yeah, face and a name to the channel. Yeah. Anyway, record then. Last three have all been draws, and then the last four have been draws in normal time. We won this one on penalties in the Carabao Cup, and then the one before that was in 2018, so not really representative. But the last four in 90 minutes have all been draws. In 90 minutes, 5 out of the last 6 have been draws. I think I know where this one's heading. Right, shared shirts. There's a plethora of players I could pick from here, but I've gone for Ahmed El Mohammadi. He joined Sunderland initially on loan in 2010, was with them through to 2013. He's 61 appearances, scored once. He joined us in 2012, initially on loan from Sunderland, but that was made permanent in the January. Was with us until 2017. 217 Hull City appearances for Ahmed El Mohammadi, 11 goals. What a player. What a player Elmo was. What a player. On to my predicted team now then, in some sort of 4-3-3 formation for Rosenior. Darlow in goal. Right back, Louis Coyle. Centre-backs, Alfie Jones and Sean McLaughlin. Left-back, Jacob Greaves. Holding midfield, Jean-Michel Seri. Central midfielder, Adama Traore and Regan Slater. On the right, Malcolm Ebiowi. On the left, Alagar Syed Manesh. And up top, I think Ryan Longman will remain. On the bench, Matt Ingram, Callum Elder, Ozan Tufan, Greg Doherty, Harry Vaughan, Demetrius Pelkas, and Will Jarvis. Yep. It was a toss-up, really, between Will Jarvis and Josh Hines. Because I thought, on there needs to be some sort of striker. And Jim Sims is injured. He's done for the season, I believe. So we've got a left-back. So if anything happens to any of the defenders, Elder filling on at right back. Doherty went there as well, didn't he, the other week? Or if something happens to the two centre halves, Greavesy moves in, Elder comes on. Central midfield, we've got Doc if Seri needs to come off, and then Tufan for either one of the other two, maybe Doc for Slater as well. Dimmy can come on as a number 10 for Traore or on either flank. Could bring him on as a false 9. Harry Vaughan as a number 10. So there needs to be a striker on there. And it was between Josh Hines and Will Jarvis. And I think, judging by what I've seen and who's spent more time with the team, I think Rosenior would pick Will over Josh. Can't keep Longman up there. Please, Rosie, I'm begging you. I think Harry Vaughan will come on. But we haven't really got anyone else. The only thing that could possibly happen is Alayar goes up top or Malcolm goes on up top. And then Dimmy comes in, or Dimmy comes in as a false 9. Don't know. We've rattled through this really quickly. 21 minutes. Wow. Predicted score. I'm gonna buck the trend here. I'm gonna go for a draw. 1-1 draw. A point against Sunderland's a good point. Especially with no fit strikers. Hopefully Oscar and Connolly are back very, very soon. But you never know. But yeah, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Goal scorers, I think Ali will notch 1. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been a very quick preview tonight. If anyone's going to Sunderland tomorrow, have a very, very safe journey there and journey back. If you're like me and will be, if you're watching on the telly, you're a see you next Tuesday word. Yeah, just that's tickets, unfortunately. That's tickets. But take care, everyone. I'll see you for the match reaction. And then Sunday, it'll be pretty early, I think. Preview for the Millwall game. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.